the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. I want to wish each and every one of y'all a happy new year. Hopefully we put the shit show behind us and we get on the right path in 2021. One thing 2020 did bring was some amazing UK hip hop. The music and the artists that I was introduced to, this is mind-blowing to me. The friends that I've made from this channel, including, you guys are subscribers, but I consider you my friends. I feel like I've made some tremendous friends by doing this channel, and I've met some amazing people, subscribers and artists alike. One of those artists is C.O.N-Vers. Him and his boy C.Facts, Barbarian. They've got nothing but love for this channel and this community that we've built here, and I know we've got nothing but love for these cats, man. They've embraced us from the very start, and so what a better way to start 2021 than jump on this C.O.N-Vers track with DJ Goblin. The name sounds familiar to me. I'm not sure if I've heard anything from this cat, but this track is called Soaring. I've heard that it's an absolute just a brilliant track. So without further ado, just gonna jump in, give it a listen.
Tell me I'm everything you despise.
Yeah.
One-man genocide.
No longer buys as I descend the stairwell. Blow kisses to my loved ones and bid them fond farewells. Dry the tears up on my daughter's eyes. Tell her not to cry. Pinky promise that I'll make it back for lullabies. Her mother's eyes are raw, the pain of uncertainty. Street stain of blood, mass panic might murder me. Emergency services scream from the sirens. Society is flawless, drawn towards violence. Torn between isolation and solidarity. Family still need to eat on me, so I chase the pee. Tickling my throat, crooked arm as I'm...
Okay, first off, I gotta mention this video. It's visually, it's beautiful, man. The imagery is so well done. I like the mixed medium. Tons of different types of animation being used in one video. It's terrific, and this is a different kind of verse for me because he usually goes hard, man. His message, by the sounds of this, is a little bit darker than what he used to doing, or at least what I've heard. He comes hard on his tracks, man, and always has a little bit of that. Not a little bit, but he has a message in his lyrics. This one, this is all message, man. He's coming hard, 100%. That one visual, man, that really got me was the dad walking backward out the door, putting on a mask. So these days is literally, but he's doing it both ways, man. It's literally and figuratively. His wife and his kids don't want him to go out there in the world where right now is friggin' mayhem and on so many different levels, man. The levels of craziness that is happening on all different aspects right now is unlike anything we've ever seen. So you have kids and wives, or his kids and his wife really don't want him to leave and go out, but he has to do it. So he's figuratively putting on a mask because he's got to go out in public. But at the same time, he's putting on a mask that covers his entire face. So it's like he's hiding himself. He's hiding his fear, or he's putting on a brave face, or he needs to be the strong person for his family. So he hides all of his insecurities, all of his pain, everything that he's struggling with. He covers that shit over, and he goes to a job maybe that he hates to put a roof over his family's heads, to pay for the meal that's on the table. So he puts on that fake smile for his coworkers and his boss, or he doesn't, he just puts on that like toxic masculinity mask, so to speak, so he can he can be that alpha male type of idea, even though that's really not who he is, but he has to play that role of wherever he's going. But yeah, man, that image really struck home with me because I feel that way a lot myself. when the rest of my family is really struggling with what's going on around them, I'm unable to struggle as well. I'm unable to be stuck in that mud too. I need to be the strong one that's pulling them through the mud. And when the time comes for me to struggle, it's often alone and no one else knows about it. So that imagery is very, it hits home really well, really hits home to me for sure. Yeah, man, freaking, this is a hard track, man. This is it's brilliant.
The blood mass panic might murder me. Emergency services scream from the sirens. Society is flawless, drawn towards violence, torn between isolation and solidarity. Family still need to eat on me, so I chase the pee. Tickling my throat, crooked arm as I cop discreet. Eventually it's catching up to the most careful. Modus operandi, be prepared for the potential. Take what you can carry, bare minimum's essential. Power breeds fear, plant the seed within the mental. Unity is key, but the message confidential. The virus gone global.
What a freaking bar. Oh my goodness.
In the mental, unity is key, but the message confidential. The virus gone global. Nowhere to hide from the city to the coastal. Remain hopeful. Short-sighted through lenses are broken. I vent with the voice through the words that are spoken. Yeah.
Man. The image is short-sighted. What do you say? Image is short-sighted through lenses that are broken. What a friggin' deep, hard bar, man. My goodness. I like the idea too, where that young kid, man, throws on his headphones, and you see like the pain and the stress and everything kind of wash off of him, leave his face, because for so many of us, music is where we go to find our sunshine on the dark day, so to speak. Gets us through a lot. Often when we're feeling most alone, that's why there are certain artists that we connect with more than others. Because when we're feeling most alone or most vulnerable, when we connect with an artist, for whatever reason that is, we feel as if we're not alone in that situation, that there are other people who are feeling that way. You can see that, man. Like he finds his happy place in the music when he puts his headphones on. Another great visual, man. Visuals on this are on point. Just outstanding.
Lenses are broken. I vent with the voice through the words that are spoken. Yeah. Humanity reveals its true character. Supplies being looted from the crooks to the barristers. Check the averages, the death toll minimal. Stacking up supplies when the hype reach critical. Here's the
man, like there's Vers is saying there was no difference between the rich or the poor, man. When the hype reached critical, I think he said. So when right at the very beginning, where it's like, oh my God, everyone had this idea that it was going to be Mad Max, and shit was going to go so sideways. People started buying guns. People who never would buy a gun were buying guns. People buying, and this mentality that I got to get mine, and if that means you can't have yours, then I don't care. I'd rather have 5,000 rolls of toilet paper, and I'd rather you have none as long as I get to wipe my ass. I don't care if you don't have an opportunity to do that. It's sad to see that side of humanity, that when we really do need each other, we've never been more separated now. And that's not just through the social distancing, or physical distancing, whatever they call it. It's not even just through that. It's the fact that when we need each other the most, we're the furthest away from each other than we've ever been. In my lifetime, anyway. I've never seen such division through my own eyes that I see when I see now. And that's the perfect example, man. Freaking people hoarding water and Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer and toilet paper, buying thousands of dollars on it, and then selling it to make a profit off people's fears. And they can go fuck themselves. I hate those type of people, man.
The death toll minimal. Stacking up supplies when the hype reach critical. Here's the issue. Take a rock and take a hard place and find me standing somewhere in the middle. There's truth behind the lies, yeah, bruv, well, there has to be. The politics whipping up a frenzy to catastrophe. Much as it angers me, fear buys into it. If I said it hadn't crossed my mind, I'd be the hypocrite. Ignorance is bliss, still betting on your...
I freaking love that line too, man. Like he, I find that interesting with the had all the doctors, and I can't remember who else was up there. I think in this might have been doctors and nurses, maybe some paramedics, firemen. I'm not too sure, but pushing that, thank you to the frontline workers, pushing them up, putting them out as heroes, and you see these people shooting them with the cameras, taking photos, and they're standing there like superheroes. And then he talks about like there has to be some truth behind it, right? Like it's got to be some truth there, and then he's talking about how that leads to more fear. It's like he said he'd be a hypocrite if he didn't actually feel some of that fear. He'd be a hypocrite to deny that, and I think we all have. I mean, it's there, man. I mean, we all have family, we all have friends, we all have people that are important to us, and I'd lie too if I didn't think about my parents' health, my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad is in a high, I can't remember exactly what they call it, but I mean, he's had prostate cancer. He's a smoker. He's in his 70s. I mean, he's right in that friggin' sweet spot, man. So of course I'm going to be fearful of that kind of stuff. I'm fearful for my kids and my family, for myself, not so much for myself, because again, that goes back to that whole manly thing. That's something that we do, man. We throw on that mask, and it's like, I'll take a bullet for my family if that means that they're okay. And that's the same thing. I'm the last person I think about when it comes to the COVID, man. If I have to be, if someone in my family has to get it, then give that shit to me. That's how I look at it, and I'll deal with it as long as my family is protected.
It's when the hype reach critical. Here's the issue. Take a rock and take a hard place and find me standing somewhere in the middle. There's truth behind the lies, yeah, bruv, well, there has to be. The politics whipping up a frenzy to catastrophe. Much as it angers me, fear buys into it. If I said it hadn't crossed my mind, I'd be the hypocrite. Ignorance is bliss, still betting on your last pound. Stretching out resources, services are shut down. Reality is now, with a need for community. How's it gonna work when the neighbors won't talk to me? Fending for myself, the 3 miles walk.
What did I say earlier, man? Like when we most need each other, we're further away than ever before. I lived beside people for years, man, that I try to reach out to, and they have no friggin' interest in any way, shape, or form. I've waved to people who lived across the street for years, and they will look at you and go inside their house. This is a community, man. That's community. No, people care about themselves more than they care about anybody else, and we're seeing that, man, so much right now.
Cross my mind, I'd be the hypocrite. Ignorance is bliss, still betting on your last pound. Stretching out resources, services are shut down. Reality is now, with a need for community. How's it gonna work when the neighbors won't talk to me? Fending for myself, the 3 miles more importantly. Whole world's about to reset, step cautiously. The virus gone global, nowhere to hide from the city to the coastal. Remain hopeful, short-sighted through lenses are broken. I vent with a voice through the words that are spoken. Global lockdown from the pandemic, air spread it, isolation key if you think you get it. But the fact is overlooked by the need for credit. Bankrupt the nation, no plans to relieve the debit. The medics overrun as they fight in sickness, finding symptoms, fatigued by their own contagion. Money on the mind as usual as politics are
I don't know why it's occurring to me just now, I don't know. But that, I'm not sure if that a violin or whatever it is in the background, those strings. I was so locked into the video, perhaps, and what Vers was saying. I completely missed those strings, and it's so friggin' haunting and beautiful. I friggin' love it. And the problem, having said that, is I missed the last couple things because I was paying attention to the strings. So I'm just going to bring it back a tiny bit.
To relieve the debit. The medics overrun as they fight in sickness, finding symptoms, fatigued by their own contagion. Money on the mind as usual as politics are playing with our health like a cue ball. Yeah, they hold the aces, but the strength comes in numbers. Soon will come come a time for them to answer for their blunders. Asking for a set of bollocks by the Prime Minister. Pussy grow.
I wonder what that image is supposed to be. Because he's a politician and he's standing there naked in front of obviously a rich man smoking a cigar. So I wonder if that's kind of like almost like the Jeremy Epstein. Is it Jeremy? No, I can't remember. Something that's not Jeremy Epstein. You know what I'm talking about. Epstein, anyway. Jeffrey Epstein. That type of thing. It's like the people with the money, the power, they really control the government. So that's kind of like blackmail. They have pictures of they have pictures of your prime minister nude, or if that's kind of what I'm thinking that kind of imagery is. That that could be wrong, but it's kind of like that secret society, mad or new world order type of idea are the ones that they have the power to strip down a prime minister who is supposed to be the most powerful person in the country.
Like a cue ball. Yeah, they hold the aces, but the strength comes in numbers. Soon will come a time for them to answer for their blunders. Asking for a set of bollocks by the Prime Minister. Pussy grow a backbone, enforce a perimeter. Suggested exclusion, they don't pay for forcing it. Pockets seem shallow now, the EU are out of it. United as a country, divided as a nation. Money for the weapons, but not for vaccination. The virus gone global, nowhere to hide from the city.
Man, I can't even tell you how many times I've talked about that, not on this channel, but and not even about the virus itself. And this, I mean, people who are much smarter than me make those decisions, and in terms of that type of shit. But hey, I've often wondered that, man, like the amount of money when I see the hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars that nations put in the military. And I mean, I use the States because I don't know what it's like in the UK, but not that I know what's in the States as much, but you get that more here than I do the UK. But you know, when you have teachers, you know, having to work two jobs and some of them on food stamps, you know, you have police officers in the States who get paid minimum wage, that type of stuff. It's like, you wonder why you have the issues you have in policing and in education when you're paying these people that and keeping them almost at the poverty line or below it, but then you're buying a long range missile that is $2 million missile that you fire at a test range. It just blows my mind the amount of money the world in general spends to fight wars that maybe don't need to be fought, or you know what I'm trying to get at, man. It just boggles my mind. I can't even kind of put it into words what I want to say, but yeah, man, that shit has always never sat well with me.
But not for vaccination. The virus gone global, nowhere to hide from the city to the coastal. Remain hopeful. Short-sighted, two lenses are broken. I vent with a voice through the words that are spoken. The virus gone global, nowhere to hide from the city to the coastal. Remain hopeful. Short-sighted, two lenses are broken. I vent with a voice through the words that are spoken.
I thought my computer for a second I thought I was going to get the blue screen of death because that was happening with that imagery there. It's pretty trippy.
Short-sighted, two lenses are broken. I vent with a voice through the words that are spoken.
The spread of the coronavirus. The World Health Organization says the risk of the virus expanding worldwide is now classified as very high. In China, health officials are scrambling to contain.
I was going to say, I thought I recognized her. Global News. That's from my neck of the woods.
Another outbreak of bird flu. Today they announced a sixth death from the new strain, which has infected at least 16 people. Experts believe it's being spread through direct contact.
But first, the latest on the swine flu epidemic, which the CDC said today has spread widely and cannot be contained. The outbreak that began in Mexico is now suspected to have reached New York City. Other cases are reported from Kansas to California.
I like what they did there at the end, man. That was... got this hoodie on, it makes it difficult to put it in. Yeah, man, I like what they did there at the end where it's this bird flu, swine flu. It's that ongoing pattern they shone the light on there. Cool way to end that video, man. Outstanding work. You cats just murdered this, man. Terrific lyrics, delivery, flow, and everything was on point. Like I mentioned late in the track, the strings in that were so friggin' haunting and beautiful and went perfectly with the message of this track. And this may be one of the most outstanding visual videos I've seen in terms of, like I said, the mixed media and everything about it. It was done really, really well, and I really enjoyed it. It went so well with this video. Yeah, man. Like this track for sure. I want to hear it again. I know I missed a few things. I didn't pause to talk about because I did pause it quite a bit, and I didn't want to make it too long. So, yeah, I want to go through, hear it again a couple more times, and give the guys some love because support them any way you can. I'm going to keep that message going in 2021 for sure. These cats put blood, sweat, and tears into this, man, to entertain us and to inform us. And they deserve all the love we can give them. If that means streaming their shit or watching on YouTube, or if you have some money, buying their stuff. If you have a little bit more money, buy a t-shirt, a hat, anything, man, and give these guys some love. They're doing it for us as much as they're doing it for themselves. So show these cats the love, man. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming here and being part of me and part of this, not being part of me, part of my channel, part of my community. I love each and every one of y'all. And here's to a better and hopefully better 21. So until tomorrow, when we get back into our regular schedule, we got next Wednesday and we have Throwback Thursday. So get right back into our regular schedule. So until then, stay safe and be good to each other.